Hello, everyone.
Howdy.
Happy Friday. Cannoli Connection special pop-up episode.
Look, he let me sit next to him.
Yeah. She has her own hat, if you haven't noticed.
I do. I was doing it for marketing in case people didn't recognize me in Vegas. The only reason he's letting me sit down next to him is because I got a shout out on Friday Night Tights tonight. So listen, I'm making waves, people.
MrsCannoliSasquatch did a lot of great advertising this weekend.
I did. I had our logo on my boobs.
The boobs help. So she flashed our merchandise, literally.
Oh, thank you.
And then, she did great. She went right to the front of the line, as they say, and was aggressive and got photos and shout outs and FaceTime videos to the daughter for
we'll get into all that,
YouTubers,
but he's letting me sit next to him because I wasn't thrown up into the bedroom. We figured we'd stream side by side.
Thank you, Vex. We're going to address the chat because we love you all. I know this was last minute, so we
appreciate last minute.
But we figured do this now, and then we can kind of talk about it. It won't be a super long show like we normally do on Fridays. We just wanted to give some love out to the community.
R2, I really tried to get it on time. I think we were only a minute late. I tried.
R2, what's up, Mr. Jacob Ironside?
What squats in Vegas stays in Vegas.
That's very true. Of course, Vex Electronica, my friend and co-host.
No. She's my friend.
She's our friend.
Okay. Well,
first brown Canadian and woman. There you go. Always with the minority thing. It's great. Subtle deviancy. Vex sounds like she needs some time in the room of perpetuity. Yeah. And thanks, Vex, for ensuring my dreams after watching episodes of Seven. Yeah. I've heard that show is a bit much.
Can I say something real quick?
Oh, boy.
They have Truly on tap everywhere in Vegas. I didn't get any because I have it at home, but Truly on tap is where it is.
We also have Mr. Stephen Ransom, lovely gentleman. Thank you for joining, of course, sir. Let's see who else. Just kind of going. Oh, Mama.
Hi, Mom.
Mama Sasquatch. Hello, Mama Sasquatch. Papa Sasquatch.
I think there was a nice comment about who doing what he did.
What am I looking?
Vex Electronica, right there. We gotta give a shout out to Copa.
Oh yes, well we are getting to that, and I do want to shout out that beautiful fan. R2 is of course always in my chat because he is the man. What is this? Mrs. Cannoli, JV, JT, and Drunk 3PO. Drunk called me on Wednesday at midnight. Was the highlight of my week. It made me feel loved.
We did. That is a true story.
That is a true story. We did do that drunk, but it was fun. Anime Chains. Thank you for joining. And yes, always hail to Vex Electronica. Always the minority.
Oh, I like subtle deviancy.
I love you, Vex. So
right there.
Watching Cannoli walking in line was like watching Godzilla take down You know what? That's what it felt like. I was probably one of the tallest people there. I felt like, yes, I was a giant monster spreading my Cannoli.
And it's funny when you watch some of the videos, like we made Fear of the Beardo stream.
Thank you, uninspired reviewer.
Hi.
I know you're in France, so thank you. Yes, we did have a safe trip. Thanks for joining the
We
stream.
did. We actually got back this morning. But if you look at some of the videos, so Fear the Beardo did his whole stream. We were on that. And then Drunk 3PO had one, and I was just randomly there. I guess I was everywhere. Anyway, anytime there was just video, you could see Cannoli just sticking out
can't miss
everywhere.
Oh, I'm sticking it out all right. I mean, on
your mother's watching
on the streams. By the way, it's 3:10 in the morning here. Thank you so much for dropping in, dude.
I appreciate it.
So basically, real quick before we get into the whole Vegas thing and how glorious that was, I want to give a huge shout out to the Catania family.
Did you say huge or huge?
Huge shout out to the Catanias. They had their baby today.
Little Cecilia.
Cece. So God bless Copa, of course, our co-host, one of my favorite people ever, and then also Jana, his wife, who was freaking fantastic.
One of my favorite people in the
She's
chat.
awesome.
She's awesome.
Bless them. Lots of well wishes, hugs, kisses, health, all that good stuff. Of course, anything they need, they know where to go. They can ask us for anything, and let's hope that she gets home soon so they can enjoy spending some quality time with the baby. And God bless them. Seriously, I'm very, very happy for them. I know the community is very happy for them. So this is for Copa a special Cannoli connection. Thank you very much, Copa. We love you, and that's basically it there. What?
Hypnotic just dropped in.
Oh, Mr. Hypnotic. Thank you, sir. I'm trying to find. Okay.
It's all the
Sorry.
way down.
Hey, what up, Hypnotic? Thank you so much for dropping in, my man. Sorry, I'm just all over the place.
Listen, can I just say
I'm just
something
all
about
over the
Cannoli?
place.
Cannoli does not run well on little to no sleep.
Yeah, not a lot of sleep. Vegas is number
I was
one.
fine. I can hang.
Yeah, she's tough. She's tougher than me.
But we got home at, we'll go through it all, but we got home at around 2:00 from the meetup.
2:30 in the morning. I was not in a good headspace. I had a great time. I had a fantastic time. But I made up for it. But yeah, it was great. So just to kind of start off
how it started and how we met everybody.
Getting to Vegas was fine, from where we are in Arizona.
So what we did decide to do, we were originally going to go on Wednesday morning, the day of the meetup, but my daughter wanted to go to her grandparents' house the night before and figured it would be easier because we're going to leave so early the next morning. And
see, I told you it was a grammatical error.
We can tell he hasn't slept. Okay, we weren't sure.
I was going to ask you about that, but you know what? Fine.
Wait, did you not put the comma in? So is this wrong too?
I did, but I think it's wrong.
Oh.
She did this one, Vex. You can yell at her.
I don't listen. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, and Yeti is almost F is almost at 1,000 subs on YouTube. So subscribe to his channel, please. That would be
after
cool.
You're done watching this, though. Don't leave our stream.
Subtle. That's terrible. Don't talk to our guests that way. Actually, you can.
Well, wasn't there a whole thing with Hypnotic telling us that Copa
doesn't
Mexicans?
like Hispanics.
So anyway, we decided last minute to see if there was an extra night available for our room. We had already got the rental car. So we left right after Cannoli got out of work. And it was really nice to be there late Tuesday night and just wake up Wednesday morning, because once we got going, we met up with Tyler the Redbeard.
Yeah, that was fun. So we met up with Tyler first, which was really cool, on Fremont, downtown Vegas, which is insane. Downtown Vegas is insane. It's a wild ride down there. But we met with him first. It was really cool to see him in person. When you meet these people in person, it's so different. You see their faces on the streams. You see them when you're collaborating. But when you actually get to meet these, yes, he is really, yes.
Yeah, but here's the problem. So we thought his name was Tyler because of Tyler the Redbeard, but it's really Eric.
Oh, God, Hypnotic. No.
He'll get that joke. He'll get that joke.
God bless you and what you do for your channel.
I was wondering if I should hate watch that with my kid.
A little hate watch and a quick review.
Maybe I was thinking, but maybe I'll wait for Hypnotic to painfully watch it first, watch his review, and then go from there.
Yeah, Tyler didn't know a few things about a few shows and channels.
Tyler's, I think, still a little bit new to the game and to the group. We did have to educate him a little bit on After the Weekend, which is JT and R2 show on Mondays.
See, good boy. That's a good move, Hypnotic. I do it because I'll let her watch it and then she can tell me.
I don't know.
Chris Gore and Chris Gore and Drunk 3P.
Here's the funny thing about Chris Gore. Dude. So I was like, I knew exactly who he is. He's unmistakably recognizable.
Yeah.
So I went up to him and I said, God, you're so recognizable. And he said, is it the hair? I said, yeah, it's the hair. He goes, so I should keep it? I said, yeah, keep the hair.
He's a really good dude. All of them are really good guys.
We'll get into that, but
yeah,
I listen, just to sum it up, I could not have expected a better outcome.
So Tyler the Redbeard was first, which was awesome.
He was
and then not long after that, we were walking around Fremont trying to figure out what to do.
Oh, and I had bought this is water, but this was a $30 slushy.
$30 alcoholic slushy.
Yeah,
one cup.
It was worth it. It's a reusable cup.
Yeah, so walking around trying to figure out what to do. Oh, thanks, Stovepipe.
We hope you made it. Thank you for giving my husband the days off. We had a great time. Thank you.
Jesus. Wow.
Yeah. And then so anyway, we waited for Roman of the Empire to arrive with his friend Tom, who was really cool. And
oh, hey, Pogue. Thank you for dropping by, buddy. Yes, it was a fantastic time.
So it was basically
she did.
It did, because I did the first one on an empty stomach. I did go back for a refill, which is only a $3 savings. It's kind of a crock of shit. But so anyway, our group for the whole entire meetup was myself, Cannoli, Roman, and Tom and Tyler. We all hung out.
Roman of the Empire and his buddy Tom, but Roman is an awesome dude.
Love Roman.
He is
he's
exactly like he is on his stream, super high energy all the time,
but super sweet.
But a
super
great
sweet.
guy. We
unfortunately Roman doesn't. He's not very tech savvy with his phone, and he's not good with directions. But we love him anyway.
Yeah, he made us walk in the wrong direction before the meetup. We were gonna walk to the meetup because it wasn't far from a hotel. And he took us in the wrong direction.
And then we got the car.
And then we just figured, let's get the car and go in the right direction.
But Tom kept saying I was a really good driver. Really good driver.
She was like Rain Man. Yeah, it was great. So meeting these people in person is so different. Obviously, you see them on the streams, but you really don't get a sense of their personality. When you're face to face with people, it's just different. We all know that. So it was a fantastic time to meet up with them. We hung out with them probably the most. And then
because they were over with us. Like they stayed right across from us in our hotel.
So getting ready for the meetup, you see a lot of this post on Twitter, a lot of the interaction, and
we tried to do a big like lunch situation on Wednesday, but everything was closed. Nothing opened until like later in the afternoon, and it really wasn't going to work out. So we all really tried to have a big lunch meetup, and it just never worked out. Yeah.
So it was fantastic.
We did not win any door prizes, but we will tell you somebody that did, and we held their merchandise. We'll get into that later.
R2 asked me how the Mom Museum, I think you meant Mob Museum.
Oh, because that was a joke from last time. He was a typo. He's playing off of our last stream.
Mob Museum was awesome. I had a great time at the Mob Museum.
Can I just tell you real quick about my situation? I was going to go to Zach Baggins' Haunted Museum. Okay. Really was looking forward to it. Love that stuff. Well, I met my friend Nadia, and she wasn't the only one, but basically convinced me that if I went to this museum, because it is haunted items he collected, the spirits may attach themselves to my kind soul and come home with me, and I didn't need any more bullshit. So, unfortunately, I didn't get to go to my museum.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's all right. We went to the Mom Museum, and it is what it is.
Yeah, I kind of get that. There were a few people there who do have an animated persona,
and we knew who they were.
We knew they were, and they actually did show their faces.
And they had their little
the master of the TDS people were awesome. But I know what you mean, Hypnotic. But there are people who have shown up wearing just their masks from their persona.
Some guy came with a raccoon hat.
But so Hypnotic, if you were to show up with like a mask with your just a mask of your persona,
they would know who you are.
People would know who you are. So you don't. I get what you're saying, but you could technically show up.
You definitely could. It wouldn't be weird at all. Because I mean, there was this guy with I'm not even kidding. It wasn't small. It was this big. It was huge. And it was a big raccoon hat. I'm not really sure who he was.
So getting to the meetup was pretty wild because you don't know what to expect. We got there and there was a line of people. There was somebody out there serving tacos for free, which was fantastic.
Oh, they were free?
Yes. So that was really fantastic. But you see, so it started at 7 p.m. It was 6:30-ish, and we figured, okay, let's see if the place is open. We're just standing outside. So we saw Carter Black Garrett first.
Oh, yeah, we were chatting with him.
Great guy.
And
Shagsworth, all those guys. And then we were like, let's go in. So we go in, and there's the bar. You get your ID, you get your lanyard, and the free raffle ticket and one free drink for each person, like a ticket. So you go in and
but here's where it really worked in our benefit. Cannoli tells me to come up. He's like, come get your lanyard. And most people got their lanyards and went back outside. Well, guess what? We got our lanyards. The door had opened for the meetup.
Yeah.
Nobody in there except
we got there.
Geeks and Gamers and Gary. We got there and we got them before everybody else did.
Yeah, it was awesome. So we got there. We were able to meet the bigger YouTubers without any interruption or any crowds.
Any lines. There was because the line, and I'll get into this later about poor Roman, but I made it happen. The lines were really long towards, especially Gary's line, but we got in. Okay, so the first person we met was Ryan Kinnell, and that is my daughter's favorite YouTuber. Well, not YouTuber, but Geeks and Gamer, one of them. She just loves the way he talks, what he says, all that stuff. So, I went up to him first and introduced myself, and I was like, my daughter loves you.
Thank you.
I was like,
appreciate you.
Dude. Oh, thank you. And I was like, my daughter loves you. he's like, FaceTime her. Let's go. Let's FaceTime
Yeah,
her.
they were very, very. I mean, just kind of what you already expect from what
But
you
you
hear.
don't. That's the thing. That here's the thing that I'm so stupid. I don't meet people that are. I consider them famous in the YouTube community. It just is.
Well, on YouTube, they're
On
big,
YouTube,
yeah.
but in that community, they are. So I thought I was going to be all fagged.
Whoa! This is a child
And-
stream.
It is not fanned out, but I was very comfortable talking to them because they just are so normal, and they. So anyway, Ryan was really, really cool. Talked to him for a while. Told him about my Female Perspective podcast. Mentioned Vex. I said, "Hey,
Oh yeah,
you know Vex Electronica."
He goes,
He's
"Oh
like,
yeah."
And I go, "She's on my show." He's like, "Oh, that's really cool."
Yeah, he I said Vex is basically the female version of you.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, that's why I followed her." I was like, "Yeah, that makes sense."
Yeah.
So I did make it a point, because I wanted to, and it was important to me to shout out my co-hosts as much as I could, and I did. I talked to Chris Gore about Copa. I talked to Ryan about Vex. I talked to a few people about Whitey and his homesteading stuff. That was important to me because, yeah.
Does
We're a
RK
family.
look like Boss Baby in real life?
He does.
Okay.
He really does. He's got that face. He just has hair.
Yeah.
Um,
But he was real. And then Jeremy was right there, and we called her back because Jeremy wanted to say
it
hi.
is.
So those were the first two people that we met.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
I did hear that a lot. I scared Gary a little bit because Gary.
Did you?
No, he was funny because he was talking to Mrs. C for a second, and then I shook his hand. I said, whatever. I like your, obviously Friday Night Tights and your own show. I love your videos, and he's just like, God damn, you're big.
You know what I told
I was
Gary?
like, yeah.
I told Gary, I said, I want to thank you for being the pregame. Your Friday Night Tights is the pregame to our show.
That's exactly it. Like, no, it was more of a threatening manner. Vex. Like, you better listen to my co-hosts. We are in Vegas in this desert.
I distracted them
hint.
while he whispered in their ear. It
Fear
was
the
a tag
Beardo was
team.
there shouting us out, of course.
Well, Fear the Beardo and I had a conversation because apparently he was telling everybody the day before that he was the Cannoli King. So I had to have a word with him. I told him he could be the Cannoli King and that he had the best beard game in town.
Mhm.
Very nice guy.
Yeah, nice guy. So all of them,
Yeah.
Krista Nova, Stephanie, My Nerdy Home.
So here's the funny thing with
all of
Krista. I talked to Stephanie first, and I don't know how we got on this conversation, but she wants to do the female perspective. She was very, very interested in being a part of what us girls are trying to do on our platform, what we're trying to say. And Krista was so sweet too. She FaceTimed my daughter because Juliana loves her too. And
you know what? That is very true, Hypnotic.
That's
Not that I know.
it's okay.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Did you guys hit? No. You know what? Okay. So what I was thinking
Vex,
of.
I am going to have, no, seriously. Stephanie.
She's cool.
So here's what she did. She handed me her phone and she goes, I subscribe, add me on Twitter or add yourself to my Twitter, DM me.
Yep.
And I will come on the show. And so I'm going to try to get her for the 5th. I haven't networked or anything since I got back. I kind of wanted everything to calm down a little bit.
Yes, Vex. It's funny. People were handing out items of like Culture Casino was handing out poker chips. Comics Division was handing out little stickers, and I was like, you know what? For next year, either a patch or something with a cannoli, shaped like a cannoli.
We just didn't know. We do have stickers on our merch, but we had no idea.
I'm sure anytime Hypnotic. Well, yeah, of course you could be on the female.
You know what? Absolutely, it's on.
I see. Did you drink Bud Light? Are you going to drink Bud Light before, or are you already drinking Bud Light?
Hypnotic can only be on the show.
Well, we're going to have
to shave his
Hypnotic
face.
is on our show on the 19th. We can ask him then.
How he identifies?
How I identify.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he has a wig.
Oh,
I've had a wig on. Okay.
I've seen it on your videos lately. You have a new wig for like each thing. That's really nice. So I know
that works. But here's the really cool thing. I know we're all over the place, but this reminded me of something. So, standing outside, speaking of giving things out, and Drunk 3PO comes up and he has buttons. And then guess what? Mrs. Cannoli held in her hand his book.
He showed us his book.
Very, very blessed to just
which
look
was
at
really
his book.
cool.
Very cool.
Drunk 3PO, which we already know from the MMM crew Monday night. Hey, Zach, thanks
Zax.
for showing up, dude. Drunk 3PO is the nicest gentleman ever. They're all nice, but that man made it a point to come over to us. It was kind of funny because he was walking through a really crowded room, and I walked up to him and I was like, "Hey, man, I don't want to bother you. I just want to thank you." And he kind of was like, "Wow, you're a big dude." And then he looked at the shirt and the hat, and he's like, "Oh, CannoliSasquatch, the Monday show." I was like, "Yeah." So he was very happy to do the show. He said, again, his words, and I was like, "Dude, you made our night." He loved our crew, and definitely
he actually got a little annoyed with us in a joking way because we kept thanking him.
I mean, I was a little much.
No, but I was like, so.
But he was really appreciative of how we handled the show with him.
He appreciated not being asked about Gina, and I'm going to tell you a funny story. So we're standing over in the corner.
6'5".
Yes.
Max.
So we're standing over in the corner, and Drunk is kind of just hanging out, doing whatever.
He's walking around. Yeah.
Well, no, he was just standing there, and we were just chatting and stuff. And he leaned over to Cannoli. He goes, "You know what, bro? Thanks so much for not asking me about Gina."
Yeah, he was very happy about just it being a straightforward interview.
I'll tell you exactly why. So I told him. So we're standing there. Some guy comes up and he goes,
"Wow.
Hey, do you know where Gina is?"
And he's like, "See?" He looks at us and he's like,
and he looked at me and the guy walked away. Go, "Let me tell you something, Drunk. We're gonna get you a shirt."
That's awesome. Yeah, he's a good dude.
No, he is. So
he also arrived in a $300,000 car.
You should see that video because we're in it.
I think it's a McLaren he drove.
So anyway, I told Drunk we're gonna get him a shirt that says, "No, I don't know where Gina is." I mean, it's just like this poor guy can't just be himself half the time.
He is a nice dude. They're all genuine. And then, of course, D-Day Cobra, Jeremy was awesome. He got a kick out of the CannoliSasquatch symbol in the shirt. He goes, "Man, that's how you do it. That's how you get your name out." He had a talk with me. It wasn't a McLaren. Was it a Lambo?
The Corvette.
I'm sorry. You're right. It was a CA Corvette. You're right. I thought it was a McLaren at first. I didn't see him actually arrive. I saw him.
We heard it. We were inside.
I saw him getting out and walking up. So my bad.
Yeah.
But still a fucking badass car. But yeah, he was driving around that in Vegas and came to the show with that. But D-Day Cobra was cool.
Everybody was just, you know what? They actually.
I love Camaros. Good man.
They were actually just super like. Nobody looked like they were annoyed to be there. Like they truly wanted to be there. They truly enjoy hanging out with their fans. And
they're genuine people. They're just regular people. That's what they want you to know. But D-Day Cobra made it a point to tell me, he's like, I was like you 5 years ago. I didn't have many subscribers yet. I was growing. I didn't know what I wanted to do. He had a regular job doing sales. And he goes, but I kept at it. I had a dream. There you go. So I will say, and I was talking to our group chat about this. We wait, what? Oh, he whispered sweet nothings. I can't tell you what he whispered. That's personal.
I don't even know. He won't tell me either.
It's personal. Yeah, it's very motivating meeting these people.
Well, and here's what really
is.
Kind of resonated with me because, without geeking out too much, like a year ago right now, we were watching.
Hey, Jacob.
Friday Night Tights and all of their different videos and just enjoying the content that they put out. We loved the camaraderie, how they all get together in a content house and all that stuff. And then to go and meet them all, and then to have Ryan remember meeting me and asking me to call my daughter.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the meetup, told Stephanie again.
While he was 16 drinks deep.
He remembered the Female Perspective show.
Yeah.
So you
can't forget Mrs. CannoliSasquatch.
Listen, here's the thing, people. If you haven't figured it out already, I'm a go-getter.
She is a go-getter.
I will do it. Oh, so speaking of which, so the line for Gary was so long, right? And Roman.
Thank you for dropping by.
Hypnotic.
Appreciate. Yes, I'm sure. I'll make that aware to him. I'll make him aware of that again. But yes, we know.
So the line was so long, and Roman kept trying to stand in it, but he kept trying to talk to other people. So we had already met Gary, and he was so cool.
That's very true.
So I walked to the front of the line because I was a little tipsy, and I said, "Gary, Roman of the Empire has been trying to meet you, but he can't with the line and blah blah blah." He goes, "Go get him." So I take Roman by the hand, and I brought him to the front of the line, and I said, "Here you go." And Roman and Gary had a moment, and
he geeked out a little bit.
He geeked out a little bit.
And then somehow Roman found somebody making a nice barbecue brisket and brought us some.
Yes.
Out of nowhere,
Cannoli
he just shows up with a bowl of meat, and I was like, give it to me. Give it to me raw. I mean, that's really what I said.
Yep. No, it was so meeting all of them was great too. But that's true. I'll get shit done.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you.
Oh,
Uninspired Reviewer does awesome content as well, so please subscribe to his channel. All these people, Vex Electronica, Hypnotic, Zax, all of them. Jacob, all these people in here.
And, speaking of all of our friends and stuff, so then I'm going to get to the point where we got to meet our friends, of which I have a bone to pick.
Oh, boy.
With JT Gunn. First of all, this motherfucker rolls up in a suit thinking he's Men in Black.
Came from work.
I still think he changed and fancied up. Just kidding. So JT rolls in, like a high roller.
You're welcome, buddy.
And he's doing his thing, whatever, yada, yada. So we're in line, not really in line. He's in line to meet Gary. So I cut the line because I want a button for my jacket, a button. So Melissa was like, Gary's wife was like, sure, you want a button. And I hand her $10. JT continuously told Melissa to keep the change. My $10.
So we paid $10 for a $3 button. Thanks, JT.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that was cool. It was cool meeting everybody.
No, we met JT. We met Joker Voice.
Nadia
was solid, man. First of all, she held the line while we got to go talk to Drunk 3PO because we really wanted to have a moment with him before everything got crazy. But
Vex, your guess is as good. I think he was a little tipsy when he got there.
I do too because I don't know.
He was at work. He said it was a work event, and he was pushing some back.
But he was like really insistent on her keeping my $10. And what am I going to say? But we got to meet Hora Emirata,
Sheep City, and which we know these people. We've done streams with them, and then who else? I'd say Culture because the Salty Nerd podcast people.
Yep. We got to formally meet them. But I really loved giving.
Thanks, R2.
Yeah, I know. He was so. I listen.
Yeah.
This is what I get from JT for helping him out on a Monday.
So JT's job apparently he does like
graphic design,
something for hotels, like graphic design. So
is it for hotels?
He's in Vegas a lot because look at all the hotel business in Vegas. So there you go.
Yeah. So, but getting to hug Hora Emirata was so nice because I just love her.
Yeah, and Sheep City won an Xbox Series X. Vex, you'll love this.
First of all, let's
hold on. In the raffle, he won an Xbox Series X. And we had to hold it for him in our car.
But here's where it started.
I almost took it home with me, but I couldn't do that.
It started because Mama Cannoli, who has to take care of everybody, before everything started, it was in the middle of something.
Mm-hmm.
Sheep City had this huge, no, never mind. It was like a couple of things. Then Sheep City, and I said, our car's right over here. Let me.
Shagsworth had stuff.
So Sheep City comes with a huge bag of merch. Shags has stuff. Hora has stuff. I go, let me just put it in the car. Then Sheep City comes out and he's like,
no, not JT. It was Sheep City and won an Xbox.
Oh, Sheep City, no. So Sheep City comes out and goes, could you put this in your car too?
Yeah, no, and I did warn him and Hora. I said, if I take this, I might take it home to Phoenix with me. Because
Are you saying I would be less embarrassing in real life than JT? It really depends. It really depends.
I was really, I was really blessed to meet all these people, but I did miss my crew. So,
for sure.
We kept saying that. Sure. I was like, I freaking wish so much that the Monday crew was with us.
It would have made this.
It would have made it. It was already an amazing experience, but to have Vex and Copa and Whitey there with us,
and for me, like
it would have been freaking the female. It would have been amazing. Eventually, Ego and like everybody else, because I know these meetups are kind of scattered, and I know there's in June, they said there's a Dallas one coming, and of course in October, an Orlando one, which I don't think I can make that. Might be able to send her.
Vex, get my room ready, honey. I'm coming.
Because but anyway, it was great. So if I can't make it, Mrs. Cannoli might be coming to represent.
I would love if we could go together. We just have to see. He might have a work thing.
It's work and time and law. It's far. I get it.
And money. We're far from there.
Eventually, yes, there will be a time where these meetups will be a regular thing, hopefully. But the Vegas one was just easy because we can drive there.
Yeah, literally. I mean, we left at 8:00 this morning. We were home.
And then
by
again,
1.
if whoever couldn't make it to Vegas now, maybe in the future, we'll figure it out. I got
But
family.
we could also do our own sort of meetup.
I do have family in Vegas. Oh yeah, Stovepipe. Thank you. Well, yeah, where is Stovepipe? He just ditched us. He had a cover. He had a cover for me for work for 3 days, which is not an easy thing in our job. So I appreciate him. He's probably
drunk. And we met Devil Duke.
See, that makes sense because you're 6 hours away. I have family in the Houston, Houston, Texas area, and I think Dallas is like what 5 hours from Houston. So R2, if you want to pick me up at my uncle's house in north of Houston, we can drive to Dallas together. I do that.
Oh yeah, that's true. You could go to Dallas,
but no, that's what I mean, because I have family in Texas. That's a little easier. And once Vex gets her ass to Florida, eventually I'll have somebody there as a connection for that future meetup.
Yeah. And
so we'll figure it out. But it was great. The thing I loved is meeting the bigger YouTubers. Of course, was great. It's just our little group. I want to say little because we're not whatever, but you know what I mean. It was great meeting the people just like us, the YouTubers trying to start out or build. We just built up a great. I know Gary Neurotic hates the word community.
No, doesn't he? What did he call it? It starts with the.
I forgot what he said it was. He said it on his show today, but hey, thanks, General Vague.
Thank you.
I have not been on Hypnotic's show, but he's been in our chats, and I've been in his chats. Maybe that's where
Hypnotic was on your show one night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Hypnotic was, and he's coming back on the 19th of May for. We're gonna.
Well, now he has to.
Fellowship. That's what he said.
Thank you.
Good call,
I was thinking of the F word, and I was like foundation.
So
fellowship.
It's fellowship, yes. And I get why he's saying that, but the fellowship per se is what's fantastic, and there's a lot of people out there doing their thing, and you don't realize how hard it is. We were talking. The one thing we all talked about as content creators is how to find your voice in this platform, what the platform is doing to certain people. I don't want to get into a whole thing here because it's not what the show's about, but it's a tough go for certain people. Others are trying to grow and they can't. But it was great to actually talk and interact with these people about this stuff. So I was very appreciative of that. And again, there's just a group that we were hanging out with, like Roman and Tom and Redbeard, and then Nomi was there.
Nomi! Oh my gosh! So I just met Nomi on a stream with Tabitha last week. It was last week.
Yeah.
And I adore her. She's so sweet. I can't believe I forgot her too. You meet so many people,
and then you do the thing where you try to collab with these people and go, if you in the future. You meet them and you go, oh, that's you.
Yeah.
And that's you. Oh, well, you're this person.
Or you see somebody in the group and you're like, how do I, what is their YouTube name? How do you know them? That's the funny thing too, is because, I, of course, told Tyler and Roman and Tom my real name. Yeah. And because they don't need to call me Mrs. CannoliSasquatch the whole weekend. But it's so funny because you don't know people's names sometimes. You just know them as
you have to meet these people and talk to them about personal things. You got to talk to them about life things and just interact with them. It was great. I mean, we didn't get tired of each other. We didn't bug each other. We were with each other for almost 3 days straight.
Tyler was like our little buddy.
Tyler was awesome. He's a great dude. So that was great. And of course, seeing Joker Voice, who lives in Vegas. Oh my God.
Joker Voice is a freaking character. And can I just tell you, his eyes are very blue in person.
Yeah.
Very blue. He treated us. So after the meetup, we a group of us went over to Joker's bar where he works. I have her convention. Oh God,
she was
probably
she was a little tipsy.
Let's just say I'd like to say a disclaimer.
I agree on Inspired. I agree on Inspired.
So Nomi, if you're watching later, I don't know if you're watching now. So Nomi thinks that we left her behind when we went to Joker's bar. However, I pulled her aside and I said, we're going to Joker's bar. Would you like to come? That's a
good point, Stephen.
And she was talking to the man with the raccoon hat and said she wanted to stay and hang out with him for a while.
That's how drunk she was.
But she thought we ditched her. And I even said, okay, I love you. I kissed her on the cheek and we left. Like I remember because even though I have a drunk bathroom selfie on my phone.
Oh, that picture is hilarious.
Maybe I'll post it sometime just for fun. But I knew I was coherent enough because, of course, I had to drive. But I remembered our conversation, but poor Nomi didn't.
Yeah.
But I have to say, we got the best of both worlds, meeting our group, our world, and then the geeks and gamers and neurotic and all that.
It was cool. It was cool.
Great.
It was really cool. It was great to hear. I was telling Vex this in our chat earlier. It's very motivating. It really does make you want to. Even they said that. And these people don't really need to do much more, but they were saying like these meetups are motivating for them. It just makes you inspired to do more, and it did that for me. It gave me a boost because there are times where you do feel like, is what I'm doing doesn't matter. Do people actually care?
But they do. I mean, first of all, what they did, the venue they did, they gave you one free drink. But the gifts that they gave away in the raffle,
man, PS5s and Xboxes really and Switches, thankful. And
I mean,
no, they do it well. It was very well put together. I will say this is the busiest one in Vegas they've ever had.
Yeah.
So it was the most packed. So the venue, while it was fun and it was nice, is not big.
No, I don't think
so. It fills up fast, and it is what it is. Like luckily we got nice weather. So we got to sit outside and to bullshit with people more and more and more. Yeah, face-to-face is a real thing. Yes, the virtual world that we live in now, in this space especially, it's great to interact with all these wonderful people, but there is the face-to-face physical meetup. You can't. But
you feel like you know them when you see them.
There's no
weirdness,
exchanging that. There's an actual correlation to meeting somebody in person. It's just a connection. And then so let me see if it weren't for you, Cannoli, I'd never have found Vex, Copa, Joker, or Whitey. It's a great motivator to see everyone working and striving to do it. I listen, if I could do that for anybody, I appreciate you. Yes, and that is the case.
Yep.
I have been connected to a lot of people because of my co-hosts. I hope I do the same. I have done the same for them. I try to do what I can as much as I can because I'm really nobody in this space. But I think the one thing I did say to these people, even to the larger groups, the one thing they asked me is, do you like what you're doing? Are you happy with the direction it's going? And do you like what you're doing? And I said, there are times when you do feel that you're climbing a wall that you're just never going to get over the top and come back down the other side. But it's a grind. And they admitted yes. So to hear these bigger YouTubers just to say, keep going at it, experiment on things if you have to, but do what you love, talk about what you like. The one thing I did say that I do love, it makes a big difference for me and why I keep doing this, is I love doing the show with my wife because she's fantastic. I love my Monday crew. So you have to like the people you're working with as co-hosts. You have to connect with these people. The MMM crew is fucking fantastic. It's literally like my family now. It is my family now. We joke around with each other, but we support each other. We lift each other up. We fuck with each other as much as we can. That's what friends do. But it makes a big difference.
Steven are having a little bromance.
Oh,
right here. He would have never found his soulmate.
Oh, that's so sweet.
See? You're bringing people together. And we love you too. We did talk a lot about you.
We did talk about you, of course. As many people as I could shout out, I tried.
Yeah.
I did. But I really wanted to put the focus on my crew because they deserve it. Hey, Tom.
Hey, Tom. Good to see you.
This is Roman's friend, Tom.
He is so funny.
By the way, he's got an awesome channel too. Tom's Tinkering and Adventures is the name of his channel. Please subscribe to his channel. He fixes fucking bikes and goes on hikes and walks, and he's a very chill dude.
Very cool.
Hilarious to talk to.
We loved hanging out with him. And thank you. I'm a good driver. I'm a very, very good driver.
Why do you think, Zax, that we're blowing up now lately? Because of her. It's not me. I'm not pretty to look at. I don't have a pretty face and
calling me a hot chick.
Large breasts.
They're covered in a t-shirt and a sports bra right now.
Nobody wants to look at this face. Let's face it. Come
on. You have a good personality.
It's my person. I'd have to look when I look like this.
Stop it.
I look like
it was really
if I lay back, I look like a sundial. You know, sundials are pointed.
Oh, I was thinking something else pointy.
Wow. That is true. Zax, just drink some Bud Light. You'll be cool, man. I'll still support you, Zax.
Well, if Zax wants to be whatever he wants to be, you can come on the female podcast.
Mrs. C is a force of nature. This is why I was able to get the interactions I did, because she, like I said, I didn't fuck around.
She
has no filter with that. No. And I think it's just she went right up to these people, and where I'm like, I don't want to bother. This is why
Nope.
you're here.
But that's the whole thing. It wasn't bothering them. Yes, Tom, I really enjoyed hanging out
Dude,
with you. You were awesome.
we had a oh, good job, man. Good job.
Thank
and
you.
you had you got some subs there, buddy.
Tom's a good guy. He's funny,
He's
man.
a great guy. He's funny.
He's an vet. He's a vet.
He's a vet, so God bless him for that.
Yep.
Him and Roman been palling around for a long time.
Okay, let me just tell you about him and Roman.
Oh, they were great.
They're a little married couple.
It was you two were the highlight of the weekend,
Yes.
the week for me, because
they were so funny together.
Unexpectedly, it was just not unexpectedly because I love Roman. It was so cool hanging out with him.
We just felt like we all belonged together.
And then we all went to at the end of everything. We went to
the
Mob Museum to see me and Copa's heritage. He actually has some family members, Copa, that.
Can you bring up Subtle's comment? I would like to. So Subtle, just so you know, Tom does.
We all kind of picked on him.
I felt bad for Roman. I protected
Roman's
him.
having a bad week.
I protected Roman, but Tom, who's been his friend for 20 plus years, gives it right back to him, but he keeps him grounded. Right. So it was great. They have a very funny relationship.
It was cool. Very great.
Yeah. It
was awesome to see that. So yeah, it was really a real blessing to see these people. Oh, well.
What?
Wow, Zax. That's
okay. So Zax, here's the situation. So my Friday podcast is, the female perspective. If you're identifying that day as a female, you're more than welcome to come on my show. I'm sure you did, Tom. I'm sure you did.
I need to get Zax on our Cannoli Connection show so we can interview him and just find out why he wants to identify as a woman.
But we have to find out which gender he's going to present.
That's
during
fine.
The interview.
We have enough time.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could do an hour as a man.
That would be like a June show. So, yeah. See. Yeah, I like I said, if I see people in the chat talking about the Orlando one, that's the big one I would love to go to. Again, if I can't, I'll send this one.
I would feel bad going without you.
Yeah, whatever. Somebody's got to represent the channel.
Hey, I did a good job.
No, I mean, even there, though.
No,
because that's a bigger meetup. I think there's more people who go to that one. Plus, you get to see these beautiful people. You get to see.
I know, but those are your people more so. I mean, I know Vex and I know, but those are kind of.
We will make a Cannoli connection. I'm not doing the whole video thing.
Vex said, listen, Cannoli, she's about to tell you something.
What did I say?
No, she's probably going to.
I said, I'm going to send her. I actually literally think I have a work thing. I love you. Yes, I know. And I would totally love to do it. If I can work it out, I will. You don't. No.
Well, here's the thing, though. I have a problem with that, Zax, because the bearded men with dresses, it's pick a lane for me. Pick a lane. Beard, or you can't have a beard in a dress.
So that would make... All right, Zax. I have an opening on June 9th. If you want to come on the show as a woman or a man, bring your 5 o'clock shadow and your wig and your lipstick if you want. I'm just saying.
But then his name's going to have to be something different.
Zaxina?
Oh, I was going to say that. Zaxi?
Like Zaxi?
Zaxi?
Sexy Zaxi. There you go.
Oh, my God.
But yeah, no, Vex, I would love it. I honestly think, I swear to God, I'm not making this up. The week that...
Sorry, Vex. I am phobic. I'm also... oh, God, I can't. Sorry. I was going to say something about being fat phobic. That's a whole...
We are also on Rumble. So you can kind of say...
No, I was just going to say I'm fat phobic because I like to make sure I'm not gaining weight.
But that's a female perspective topic.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, if I had my eyelashes on last weekend, when that chick posted that shit, I would have done a...
No, don't. I don't want you to shave anything. Come as hairy...
We just watched a Seinfeld episode, What Happens When You Shave Your Chest. Mm-hmm. So we do not recommend.
Don't mind the dog barking. She's trying to attack somebody outside.
That's Zelda for you.
Yeah, but anyway, I definitely do recommend going to these things.
If you can, it's something that we didn't think we could.
I would say
fortunate.
If you're in an area where, would you shut her up, please? If you're in an area that you can get to one of these things, 100% do it.
Yeah.
Not only because of the connections you can make, but also, yes. Well, thank you. Yeah, I named her after my favorite game.
Yeah.
Old Zelda game.
It was just fun just to see. Like I said, geeks and gamers and neurotic aside, I was actually more excited to see our friends, Joker, JT.
Jesus Christ,
Tyler and Roman, and then
we
met Tom.
I mean, some people that I
know me,
that are in the community that we know of that we just don't see.
or Emerald,
Amarada was
Obsidian,
awesome.
Shags.
Those people are
just
awesome.
Stuff that are doing the same thing that we're doing. It was so nice to connect with them and then just have conversations about what are you doing? What could we do better? You know,
yeah, collaborating on things about.
We talked at the bar about that.
Getting ideas on how they run their show and what style they like to do. And
oh, I have breaking news.
Oh.
Joker and I had a Spice Girl moment.
They did. They danced to the Spice Girls.
We did. And he made me a drink that was blue.
Joker voice is awesome. So we went to hit.
Yeah.
Oh, is it really? Oh, well, there you go.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
I think that's a cool
Joker
name for
Voice's bar was cool. It was great to see him in his atmosphere. He's a great guy.
Yeah. Very generous.
Very generous
cool.
guy. It was cool just to see him face to face finally. I really just, like I said, I recommend doing this. But the meetup itself was great. Vegas is fucking insane.
It was a well-oiled machine. They did.
It was a well-oiled machine.
Job,
Vegas
though.
itself is just insane. We didn't hit the strip because the strip was a lot of construction, and we were.
Somebody was talking.
Well, we're not. Listen, but it's very expensive in Vegas in certain things, depending on where you're going.
We did actually
Luckily,
really
Joker
well.
Voice did have a great, because he lives there, gave us some insight on where to go to eat and stuff like that. Yeah, there you go. That is a very good point.
Yeah, and Tom didn't really know anybody. I mean,
and he was talking to everybody,
and
though.
he just made friends. Like Tom had a great time.
So it was
Tom and his walking beverages.
Yeah, downtown Vegas is a little. It's a wild time. It's fun.
We went last night to get. Okay, so here's a story. We went last night. Everybody went to Chrissy Mayer's show. We just decided that wasn't something we were going to do. We were also on our first trip as a married couple
in a long time.
10 years.
In a long time, yeah.
So we kind of just wanted to hang out. And so I'm like, we need some food or something because we ate earlier in the day with Tyler. So we go and we're looking, and it is a shit
Rev.
show.
Nice show.
And we went to like this pizza, and we were going to get.
Excuse me.
I was like, let's just get a large pizza. We'll take it back to the room. We could have leftovers.
Yeah.
A cheese pizza on Fremont. No.
Those 4 sizes?
No.
The full
18-inch.
Yeah, it was a couple.
$62.
No, we didn't pay $62.
No, that's why. 4 slices of cheese.
I mean,
$30.
It's expensive.
So that part was expensive. Our room was affordable.
We were drinking Dunkin' Donuts coffee because it was in our hotel. It was like $30 just for the
2 coffees and 2 little breakfast items was like $36. We went to Dunkin' this morning outside of the hotel on the way, got double the food, less the price. You know, but yes, it was a couple's trip. Our daughter really wanted to. Our kid really wanted to go with us, but she just
yeah, that's very true.
She just couldn't because she's only 15.
No,
there's a lot of things she couldn't
Vegas
have done.
Is not for 15-year-olds. It was fun though.
No, Fremont Street's really not.
I had a good Cuban sandwich.
Yeah, he ate carbs.
I ate carbs this week.
Maybe that's why you were grumpy.
I swear to God, it did something to my brain. I really enjoyed it. I ate carbs. I drank alcohol. You
had a couple Moscow mules because
I did. I got a little. I gotta say, I was pretty much just about. I was drunk on the meetup.
You were
until I stopped because I knew we had to go. Whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Vegas. Well, where I was today,
we don't gamble or anything like that. You know, I think we did really well financially for the trip. If you play it smart, you can.
It was cool.
We went to regular restaurant, like for instance, we had lunch and I had a Bloody Mary. It was only like $48.
No, we went to places that were not, like on the strip, on the casino, because I know some of these buffets were crazy.
Buffets aren't as popular. Well, where we were, I couldn't really find anything.
The one that Tom and
Roman
went to,
and Tom
at the Caesars, which was I heard is fantastic. Is great,
but it's $80 a person.
It's not easy being Vegas. No, but so anyway, it was great. I ate carbs. It was fucking fantastic. It tastes amazing. I am going back on my keto tomorrow though because I have to. I don't as much fun as I had. I splurged and my body did not handle it well. Let's put it that way because it's been a long time, but it was still fun. It was worth it.
It was good. It was like I said, it was
the Mob Museum was probably one of my highlights because for me, being that heritage, the Italians, it was great. And what was cool about it was being with Roman, Tom, even her, she's all right,
and
Tyler. Because we do have a mutual interest in all this stuff, but
and the movies they've made,
especially Roman though, because Roman's part Sicilian. I have Italian blood. It was. I I knew a lot of the history, obviously, right? I grew up with this stuff. I didn't know, like, there was things I didn't even know. The Mob Museum really showed you how they how they infiltrated every part
and
of
how women fucked everything up
yeah,
with the booze.
Prohibition was caused because of women, and it was a fucking wild scene. It was a great tour. It was about 2 hours.
There was one thing that really resonated with me. It was interesting because there was the massacre, the Valentine's Day massacre,
Valentine's Day massacre,
which I didn't really know about.
They had the wall
with the bullet holes
and
in
the blood.
Yeah. It was the actual wall behind.
But like, even they got it. The cool part was that towards the end, they got into the conspiracy stuff with the mafia and JFK,
and that's the stuff that I really
Hoffa, and like the big stuff with the politics. Yeah, fucking women, man.
No.
That's so joke Roman. So Mrs. Cannoli asks Roman, why did Prohibition start again?
Because I wasn't.
So there was a wall and it went through it, but we passed it and we went back and reread it. And Roman just goes, "What do you see on that wall over there?" And there's a group of women protesting. He goes, "There's the reason why there's Prohibition, because of them." And I was like, "Oh shit." But
I would have not, me and my Trulies, I wouldn't have voted.
Yeah, the wall. There was a lot. They had the bullets. They had the
So they had next to it. They
the
had
reports. What do they call the examiner reports?
Well, they had the autopsy reports, but what
reports.
they had next to them was each person that was shot. They had the bullets that were in the person and where they were in the bodies.
But it wasn't just the violent stuff. It was everything about how.
Who the hell got how they got him on tax evasion and how like they beat the system.
Oh yeah, Al Capone. They went into deep Al
America
Capone and how America, like the politicians in America, fought back in the 50s because crime was rampant with inside the mafia and how it organized and Lucky Luciano, all this stuff. It was really interesting, but you didn't realize how deep entrenched that the mob was in everything. And I mean, from American politics to the Cuba and to the shores, what they did in World War II to protect the shores, especially in the east and west coasts, from the enemies coming in. It was pretty wild, but it was really great to see all this. Yeah, Italian American history, and it's a massive part. And talked about how when they immigrated here, it was fantastic. I suggest if you go to the Mob Museum. Hey,
happy anniversary,
Left Eye. Oh,
we wish you guys all the best, many more years. This is what 19 years married looks like. So
yeah,
have fun.
Have fun. No, seriously though, happy anniversary. Ego's going to be on our show Monday, which I'll shout out later. For MMM, baby. So we're going to do that later. Yeah. Well, God bless you guys. Ego, seriously, we love you guys, man. Have a great anniversary. Thanks for chiming in, dude. You didn't have to, but I appreciate you.
No, that was really cool.
Hey, the Gilkman. Hey, buddy. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah. So I definitely agree. Vegas is one of those places where it's really not a place to relax. You're just there to go, which is fine. It was great. The Mob Museum's great. They have a Area 51 museum I did not know about.
I'm pissed because I would have really loved to see that.
That would have been cool. So I think I think the Vegas thing, because it's so close, is definitely
try to do it every
year. Probably I'm trying to make it a yearly thing because again, it's just a 4-hour drive across state lines. Orlando, would love to go. That's my next goal. Is if I don't go this year, if I send her, great. If I can't or we can't, that will definitely be happening in the future because I think these things are very important. And I would, like I said, who knows where this YouTube thing goes eventually. It would be amazing to do this and get to a point where we're just free enough to go anywhere we want and not tied down to maybe jobs and stuff. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm not unhappy with what I do. So yeah, I think it's great. This fellowship, as Gary would say. And then, today culminated today. We got home and this lovely lady here got a shout out on Friday Night Tights. And so we were watching a little bit of it and then we stopped because we were just getting stuff, unpacking and put away. And then we started getting all the shout outs. People are like, "Oh, you're on Friday. They talked about you on Friday Night Tights." And it's because of her being so, I don't want to say aggressive with Ryan, but more just putting herself out there immediately. And so she got a shout out.
They would call that making a lasting
impression. So that was really cool for them to say that on their show. So thank you to them and Ryan. And then, getting our name right because we're CannoliSasquatch apparently to RK Outpost, but he got corrected in the chat. And then I think Gary knew, and Comics Division corrected him. And so did Jeremy. D-Day Cobras. Outgoing. There you go. She is. She's not afraid to just put herself out there.
It might have been the slushies.
Might have been the $50 worth of slushies. $60 worth of slushies. So that was cool. Again, I wish everybody could have been there. And in the near future, I hope we can make this a thing where everybody just shows up and can be there. So I like I said, it just finalized the final high point was getting noticed from Friday Night Tights crew, and then
that was pretty crazy. That I made a lasting.
That's
impression.
a big point. You got that's the thing. I think that the biggest thing. You got to be cautious, and that's the biggest thing that the biggest lesson they said that they learned is to be super humble and and I will say Jeremy and Ryan especially are. Well, they all are.
They all have the same sort of.
But Jeremy, he kind of, we were talking a little bit before the group started, all the crowd started coming in. He's like, man, you got to be humble, because I know that, like Steven saying in the chat, pride is a thing. It's a real thing, and you kind of, your ego, you're gonna have those moments where your ego spikes, but then you're brought right back to reality quick. And those meetups, they said, are what motivate them and really humble them. Because without those fans showing up like that and subscribing and giving them super chats and growing their channels for them, they would be nothing. And you could see it. They don't think of themselves as celebrities.
No,
I mean,
they really don't.
They hate it. They we don't want to be looked at that way. And they're very outgoing. So who knows? Just put yourself out there. That's the biggest thing that Jeremy was even saying. Ryan's like, just put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to do it and try it. And it has worked. Look at the people that I do a Monday show with. They're exploding in subs because they're talented and they're not afraid to put themselves out there.
Yep.
Research is great. Risks are great. In the end, it's just getting on a microphone, bullshitting, and
just seeing what works.
Collaborating with people is also another thing they were saying. Driving home that point. Don't be afraid to get on other people's streams. Don't be afraid to ask bigger YouTubers if you have to, because you never know. And I agree. So whatever doubts that I had about how I do things and how I run things or what I'm doing, I still have some things I got to work out, which everybody does. Even they do.
Well, they're constantly, changing things.
Yeah, and so it definitely motivated me more. It definitely motivated me more, and I think we have a very good thing. People know what was great, and this is not a pat me on the back, or
it's okay, because this is what we want to get.
People were like, there. Oh. Yeah, you do that Monday movie show. I love those guys. I love you guys. I'm like, wow.
It's okay, because that's what you want.
But again, this is a test. Yes, this is a testament to the co-host too, because as much as I like doing my own live streams alone, I love my Monday shows. I love Friday shows with her. It's fantastic. I love the new format we're doing. Thank you, Vex. I appreciate you very much.
I like my Friday show.
The Friday show is great. I will say the Friday shows, changing the format to what we did, is so much nicer. It's so much nicer. I love the pop culture stuff. I love going through these articles. I love the interviewing of YouTubers, because I love getting to know them. I love talking. So since we've turned this around, I feel better about the shows.
Steven, you're right. He is the real hero.
Whitey, I love Whitey. I'd be nothing without them. Honestly, that Monday show is made because of White Bear's funny personality. He's quiet sometimes, but he is fucking. I love him. His edits,
his one-liners.
He just fits so well. Vex is fucking awesome. Research.
And I love Vex's trivia.
We know her, but her personality is big, and it's a good bit.
Friday show,
and Copa is fucking hilarious. He's like my brother. Vex is like a family. All these people are family members to me. But we gel. We got lucky
because you guys bring different things to the table.
And I told everybody this, even there, I said I got so lucky with my group, my co-hosts. And I said the Friday show was a no-brainer. I loved working with Whiskey Banger. I liked working with Filipino Meatball, but you're stuck with me. I'm stuck with her, but we work together so well. We know each other so well. We know how to feed off each other so well. She can pull and ask questions when I kind of, lose my way on the stream. It's just fucking great. The Monday show is just fantastic. I agree. Yeah. Uninspired Review was always commenting. He watches the shows later. We are very lucky. And the thing that they were saying too is that no matter who gets big on the show, if one's bigger than the other, stay together.
But you know what though? It's also
which I agree with.
To be flattered that somebody bigger than you wants to do your show.
No, it's amazing because
that means that you're doing something
and it's
right.
not for clout chasing. It's not for growth on your own channel.
It's not for clout chasing at all. What it is it's like, here's how I see it with Stephanie wanting to do our show, the girls show. That means that I've got something that interests her, and that means I'm doing something right.
Right.
To have people that are bigger than you that agree with what you're doing and enjoy what you're doing and want to be a part of it, it's a compliment. It's not clout chasing by any means.
What I'm trying to get at though is that,
and it's okay to be
and I get what they're saying though, is that there's no, in that group that they have, there's no jealousy of who's bigger than what, because there are YouTubers that are much bigger than them and that they do Friday Night Tights with even, but they don't let that bother them.
Right.
So I know for a fact that there's going to be the people on our Monday show are going to be much bigger than me, and they are already. It doesn't matter.
They're bigger than you because
but it doesn't matter. But they're good.
They do different things.
No, but that's not what I'm saying. The point is I'm making is that I'm actually genuinely happy for them.
Of course.
And I don't want them to think ever that I'm just going to keep them around to help me grow, because I don't care. I just love having a great time with these people.
But you have to understand something too.
That's a good point.
You have to understand something too. You guys all started out kind of the same and grew together.
I mean, but
Vex started out, Copa started out.
And if there's anything that I ever did or can do to help,
and vice versa.
To the day I die, I would do that for these people.
So the thing is you guys have brought each other up together as a group.
But it really is like a tight knit family. We do help each other a lot, even behind the scenes. I'll fucking get advice. I'll get information.
Oh God, could you imagine if I got Alex Jones on Ladies Night?
Are we gonna turn the frogs gay? Oh God, I would love Alex Jones. I would have to be a Rumble only stream though.
Yeah.
I'll reach out to Alex. I'll see what I can do about that.
But no, I think what it is too is it's who you surround yourself with that makes you.
And the people and you people in the chat who maybe don't have channels yet, or you guys make it. You're the fans. You are what bring to know that I have a group of people. We have a group of people that continually show up just for us. When there's a lot of competition and I will say this, a lot of the people we follow sometimes do the streams at the same time, and there's multi streams going on, and some people still find their way over just to say hi, hit a like button, which by the way, hit the like button.
Or people like R2, when he's done with his show, will say, go check out
God bless him.
Very sweet.
As someone who's been in this community for a long time, I agree that meeting people, there's a big difference.
I agree.
You can never replace meeting somebody face to face. There's an actual Cannoli connection.
But this is when technology is actually good. When you can make these friendships with people and that you can't necessarily see.
Subtle deviancy. I got to get you on my show one time.
Oh my God. I know.
I got to meet you. Even if I can't meet you face to face, it's got to be on a camera. If you don't want to show your face, you don't have to. But I would love to.
I know.
But yeah, it was great. It was a great time. We had a lot of fun. The weather was fantastic, which is weird for this time of year in Vegas. But I genuinely really enjoyed myself. Like I don't really get to do stuff like this often. We don't get to do stuff like this often. And again, we made connections, and I hope they're long-lasting connections with just other YouTubers and people in the community.
They will be.
But bringing her along was the best decision I ever made. Putting her on this channel was the best decision I ever made. And I will make a prediction.
I thought marrying me was.
That too. MrsCannoliSasquatch long term will have her own channel someday. Because I do have to branch her off eventually.
I have a lot more to say. I'm going to tell you now, once a month is not enough for me.
She could be on the Cannoli connection with me and doing that forever. She needs her own channel. I think we all can agree in the chat that MrsCannoliSasquatch is going to need her own channel. She can call it what she wants. She doesn't have to even call herself MrsCannoliSasquatch.
Yes, I do. That's how people know me now.
Mrs. Sassy should be the name of the show.
Well,
I agree. And again, it's you have to keep in mind, again, be humble. Do not, and this is a lesson I had to learn myself and for my co-hosts. And this is where I gotta love. Well, Mrs. Cannoli's always said this to me too, but sometimes you need
people outside of the group.
Copa and Vex and even White Bear have said, stop looking at the numbers, stop worrying about the numbers. You're going to drive yourself nuts. And for a while, I was obsessed. I do have OCD, and it can be severe sometimes, but I did. I stopped not caring about the numbers because you want to grow, but I stopped making it a habit of checking every 10 minutes. What's happening? Why is why is this happening? Why is the sub going down? So I
Because
just
that's not the whole reason.
Oh, hey,
Hi,
Shiro.
Shiro.
We did have a blast. God bless you for beach. Oh, it looks like you're having a fun
I want to beach
anniversary.
it up.
I'm very happy for you guys. God bless you guys, seriously. And
Yes.
yes, thank you for being part of this.
So the baby Cecilia was born on their anniversary.
Yes.
Oh, so many good things.
Yeah, and again,
today was a good day all around.
So happy for the Copa family, Catania. I know it's been a long time waiting for them for this. So God bless them. Yep. Copa will be back on the Monday show eventually, but he can take all the time he needs because.
Why? He said he was just going to leave a bowl of food and water out on the floor and then put the baby in the dresser drawer.
That's true. But yeah, you got to have people in your community that are, again, Jeremy told me this too, is you got to have people. This is the problem that, yes, synchronize. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that word. Copa will find me. He'll fly here and kill me. You got to have people in the fellowship, that are your friends that will tell you when you're wrong, will call you out, not to degrade you or to knock you down or make you feel like shit or break your confidence, to actually help build you up. And it could be subtle criticisms or advice. Hey, maybe you should do this, or this isn't a good look, or we haven't synchronized in a minute. Well, Copa will be gone for a little while. We can synchronize now. Just saying. So that's the problem that Hollywood has right now, is that these celebrities and actors don't have people telling them no. They're all yes men. And this is why we're in the position that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
So again, the community, Jesus, I'm sorry. No, you got me hating that word. To all the people who do support us, thank you. For everybody who showed up tonight on a quick turnaround time. We weren't going to do this, and we just said, what the hell, why not? Let's get it out. Thank you. Again, to all the co-hosts that I have, thank you. You guys are amazing.
Same to me, thank you.
Same to you, of course, always. Constructive criticism is a must. Yes, you need constructive criticism.
He's got 4. He's got me and his 3 co-hosts.
And the people, they're not afraid to tell me, which is what I love.
But we all need that. I need it too. Like, I don't know what I'm doing on my show. And if Vex has, I always ask Vex.
Like that. The cannoli tray. All right, my cannoli tray. Set of community.
No, but for real, like I ask, I always run stuff by, the girls and stuff, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, there's people that are just better at things than I am, and I know that. That's fine. I was waiting for 2 hours once I saw the live stream post. What are you talking? Well, I appreciate you, R2. R2.
That wasn't a quick turnaround.
No, that wasn't a quick turn. Well, you know what I mean. He's God damn you, R2. Yeah, so I don't want to keep. I really didn't want to make this a super long show. I'm not going to do our normal 2-hour thing. I'm probably going to end it here in a minute. But again, thank you very, very much. I know we were kind of all over the place, but there was a lot to talk about. In the end, do the meetups. Go meet these people face to face. Eventually, I will meet my Monday crew because I have to. That's a must for me.
Yeah.
I have to meet these people because they are family now.
Cannoli takeout.
Yeah. And I love them very much, and I hope to meet them soon. I think that's basically it. Did you have any final thoughts?
No, I'm just so grateful to be part of this.
Any shout outs?
Fellowship, not community.
Oh, there's a lot of. We did. By the way, we did mention that Vex wanted us to have CannoliSasquatch dildos.
Oh, we did say that.
It did to a few people. So that might actually, no, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I did mention that.
We did say that.
Yeah, the cannoli tray. I'm going to say that from now on. I like that, Vex. You just coined that phrase, and I love it.
Better than being cannoli's cream filling.
Depend on who you ask.
Yep.
Yeah, so I know you have a show coming up soon.
I have a show coming up soon. It is a week from tonight, May 5th. Truly the Female Perspective. The usual girls, Vex and Shiro.
Yes, Vex. I did bring that up.
Yeah.
People loved it. It was fantastic.
And I'm going to reach out to thanks, Zach. I'm going to reach out to Stephanie and see if she's available for the 5th. If not, we'll get her on another time, but you can count on myself, Vex, and Shiro this time next Friday.
Yes, I'm very much looking for it. Thank you. Oh, Vex, it was fucking great. Trust me, everybody loved the idea. So it might actually happen. Thank you so much, Jacob. You're awesome too, buddy.
Oh, the reason why he brought it up is because Quarter Black Garrett talked about...
That's who it was.
Yes, he talked about making condoms with a quarter size hole in them.
Yeah.
And they're non-reliable.
Yeah. I'm very hey, thanks, uninspired viewer. Thanks for stopping in, dude. I know it's
Yeah,
late where
thank
you
you.
are, so I really appreciate you. Yeah. So for me, well, actually for us, we actually got invited onto a show on the 12th.
Yeah, it's our night off, but we got
Troy
invited.
Purcell's doing a show with us at 7 p.m. Pacific on the 12th. I'll
Yep.
shout that out, of course. And then
this Monday you have,
of course, my MMM Mischief Mayhem movie crew. Copa, unfortunately, for good reason, of course, is taking Monday off. We have Left Eye Ego filling in his spot. We are doing the first Iron Man movie as part of that phase 1 of when Marvel was good.
Oh, speaking of which, X-Ray Girl sold shirts that said "Make Marvel Male Again."
I bought one.
So you should wear it Monday.
I did buy some shirts from the Mob Museum. One says "Forget about it."
The other one says something about what
Something
happens
about
in the
what
family
happens in the family stays in the family.
You should wear that shirt on Monday. Make Marvel Male Again.
I am going to.
Yep.
Yeah, rubber cannoli. So yeah. So you have those.
Yes, Subtle Copa is breastfeeding.
He is. Well, I wish he was. Well, never mind. Naked Sasquatch. Well, not me. You don't want to see me naked. No, it's not a good look. Yeah. So I will put out everything on Twitter. Look for me there, and of course on my community post, I will probably tomorrow or Sunday. I'll put out all the information where we'll be. And again, Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific, we'll be here talking Iron Man. And then next Friday will be female perspective.
It might be a long one, kids, so rest up because
yeah,
there's
Vax,
so much shit
I'm
to
just
talk
warning
about.
you, there's a lot to talk about. You might want to prep.
There's so much crap going on right now. I can't stand it.
But again, we love this cannoli tray. Sorry. Thank you very much. Thank you for everybody who was at the meetup and whoever watches this later.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to meet everybody.
We love you all, and we are going to, if I can find the goddamn outro, see you all later. Thank you and love you all.